Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I will start with a statement. I can't remember exactly who made this one, the name, but it was I can't remember. It was Netanyahu, Benjamin Netanyahu, I think the former Israeli prime minister, talking about the Palestinians. And I'm not here to talk about that. I'm talking about another context. He said that they never lost an opportunity to lose an opportunity. So, uh, so they always failed to lose an opportunity, whatever. They always lost an opportunity to lose an opportunity or miss an opportunity, something like that. So here is the same thing with it seems like the NATO and the Western club is doing, trying to alienate um, the Russians more and more. It's like they don't miss an opportunity to alienate them or to aggravate them in a way or another, even though they are not supposedly directly involved in the whole thing. So this is taking a different level. It's a different level because right now we're dealing with religion and ideals and all this and preferences and full stomach and TV and all that. Those are certain preferences, but when you deal with someone's religion, that's not really a good thing to do. So insulting someone else's religion, not for me. I really have no allegiance here, one way or another. But I know how people who I know are people of faith, how they react and how they used to react, and how some people think they should react. So we have examples in history, and we know how certain things react when their religion is insulted, or their leaders, religious leaders, or whatever, traditions. So in this case, the EU steps in a very dangerous direction together with the Pope, and that's not good. But I will read you what's all about here. This article is from Fox News, and I have it from a different article. I don't know if it's the same. It says that EU readying sanctions on Russian Orthodox Church leader Kirill, calls him longtime ally of Putin. So it says here this article is from uh, today, and the 5th of the 4th of May 2022. The Russian Orthodox Church leader that Pope Francis has warned against becoming, and I'm quoting what Pope Francis allegedly said, warned against becoming Putin's altar boy, is being targeted in the last wave of economic sanctions that the European Union is preparing to unleash against Moscow for its invasion of Ukraine. You got that? You got that, my friends? Kirill is going to be sanctioned economically, and who knows what other sanctions will be. So the other one is from Reuters, uh, from today, May 4th. EU targets Russian Patriarch Kirill in new round of proposed sanctions. And the European Commission has proposed freezing the assets of Patriarch Kirill, head of the Russian Orthodox Church, a diplomat said on Wednesday. The Patriarch has been added to a draft blacklist that already includes hundreds of military officers and businessmen close to the Kremlin who the EU accused of supporting the war in Ukraine. The sanction, which would entail an asset freeze and a travel ban, needs the backing of EU states to be adopted. All right. It says here that earlier in the day, the Russian Orthodox Church scolded Pope Francis after he urged the Patriarch not to become the Kremlin's altar boy, telling the Vatican that such remarks would hurt dialogue between the churches. Well. Let's start with the beginning. These denominations, or whatever you want to call them, or Greek Orthodox or Russian Orthodox in this case, and Catholicism are not friends. I mean, they are not friends. and they're not friends for a long time. Hundreds of years. Yes. They were never really friends. If you start with the first schism and then with the second schism, right? Those two were just excommunication, both sides and both directions. But the actions of the Pope, especially, and the Patriarch towards, the Catholics or the Orthodox were sometimes resulted in many casualties in the name of my denomination. You're the wrong one, I'm the good one, but there's my God, that's not your God. That God loves me, doesn't love you. He loves everybody but loves me more than you. You're not right, you're a sect right now, you are a heretic, and all that. And actions were between this underneath. You could say, oh no, they're cool, man, they're cool. No, they're not cool. They're not cool. And that shows. And why do I say that? When did you see the last time when you saw a Russian Patriarch, let's say, going to the United States and telling, I don't know, trying to discuss with President, let's start with not Clinton, because that would be closer, because let's say Clinton, the illegal attack on Yugoslavia, even though the Serbs are Orthodox. But let's get something else. Let's go to, he would discuss a patriarch who would go and talk with George W. Bush, that guy, yeah, who has degrees from Yale and Harvard. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, the one with the Ivy League school diplomas. Yeah. Okay, that guy. Very smart guy. Yeah, very smart. Why didn't he go over there to the White House and say, hey, guy, make peace over there in Iraq. Don't attack Iraq. Don't kill the Iraqis. Hey, the same thing with Afghanistan. Oh, how about Syria? Oh, how about Libya? No, I haven't heard anything about that. Why? Nobody cared about this guy, the patriarch, right? What the are you talking about? Who the hell are you? Go back, right? The other one, it was not his business, because all those guys were, none of them were Orthodox. So then it was like the other club fighting. Yeah, you care about, human lives, that's true. But you ever heard about these guys condemning and getting important and trying to meet Saddam Hussein and trying to meet George W. Bush? And no, and don't tell me because they don't really care. Because they don't feel self-important, maybe. And they don't try to insert themselves where they do not belong. But the Pope, he wants to talk to Zelensky. As I said, the Catholic with the Jew about an Orthodox majority Orthodox country, and with Putin, who's an Orthodox. So what's going on here? And now this Pope, who always thought, you can tell me whatever you want to tell me, this Pope who always thought that he's a little bit special than everybody else, and he claimed his infallibility. That means he can't make a mistake. He claimed that. That's what it is. That's a problem between the Greek Orthodox and the Catholics, because the Pope thinks that he's infallible. That means he can't make a mistake. That means you're kind of like divine a little bit. Anyway, let's move on with this. It's many more things. But let's go with this. This guy, the Pope, tells Kirill, if he used that terminology, I don't know if he used it. That's poor choice of words coming from the pontiff, right? Don't become Putin's altar boy. Okay, and then the other guy should say, okay, don't become, what's his name, even though they're not Catholic, I guess. Biden, I think he's Catholic, huh? Isn't he? Biden's altar boy, or I don't know, doorman. Would that be appropriate for that level? No, but I don't know if that's really occurred. But if it occurred, inappropriate, I would say. The second one, this guy inserted himself, the Pope, in something that maybe doesn't have anything to do. Well, maybe he wanted to help. That's good. That's okay. I don't know the context, so I'm not going to talk more about this. The problem is, why is the European Union trying to sanction this guy? Who, he is the leader of the Orthodox Church in Russian Orthodox Church in Russia, right? So he's the head of it. So there are people who really are believers, and they think this guy, as other people believe the Pope, is the people that they pretend to be, or they act like. Let's put it this way. So if the Europeans who are not Orthodox, right, do this, try to do this to their leader, what do you think these guys that are faith-based, not necessarily logic-based, affiliation to the patriarch, what do you think they will be willing to do to the, in their heads, non-believers or schismatics from the West? How would they perceive that? Do you think, yeah, I think, Kirill, you're wrong, man. My man, you're wrong. Why don't you step down? You put your resignation here, 2 weeks notice, okay? Do you think that's what they're gonna say? That's why the Russians will say, the Orthodox Russians. And Kirill just have to say one thing, and he's gonna rile everybody up against the non-believers, the schismatics, the whatever. So that's a bad move. That riles up the church. No, they put together, they get them together. Or do you think they're going to make a break between the Patriarch and Putin? The Patriarch doesn't give up about the sanctions, just so you know. Zero. It's just a symbolic thing that can be used by the Russians, by the Russian politicians, to rouse support for the war. That's a bad move. You miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity. The opportunity here was to make you look good, and I don't think you made yourself look good whatsoever here. These guys are not going to like you, even if Kirill doesn't say anything. If he says something, he riles them up even more. You think the Russians say, okay, yeah, Putin is the bad guy, Kirill is the good guy? I mean, some will say, but most are Christians. They believe in this thing. So what do you want to do? What are you going to do? It's like someone tells you, hey, the Pope is a crook. Would you say, what do you say? Well, come on, man, what are you going to say that? Why would you even say that? Even if you're not really, religious. You still respect the position, the individual. Let alone someone tells you more than that, he's a bad dude and we're going to sanction him and we're going to hurt him. Even if Kirill is not going to be hurt. But let's say this could be manipulated in Russian advantage. I don't know what are these guys thinking about this. Maybe, I don't know. There is a plan. If maybe they think they're going to break the Russians from Putin because of Kirill. I don't know. Kirill goes and meets God if he makes very fast. I think if he makes a move, makes a wrong move. I'm certain of that, and he's certain of that too. So he wants to live longer. He's going to play his role. What do you think? And besides, if Putin is such a criminal and so on, that's certain that Putin will take care of Kirill if Kirill says the wrong thing. Don't you think? Or threaten Kirill, Not even like this, he's like, hey, Kirill, just take it easy, boy. We're going to take care of you. Anyway, thank you for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See you.